Hello, everybody. It is I, the Soapy Boy. I don't know why I said it like that. Hey, everybody. All the guys and gals and all the other pals out there on the internet. Thank you so much for spending your free time hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. Dylan, what is going on? John, hello, hello, hello. Good to see both of you here today. My dog is just staring at me. It's raining out. There's no reason for her to be staring at me. There's no way she wants to go outside. But here she is, just staring. So, all right. So, first things first. Maeve, oh my gosh. See, you know what? This is like, I can't do a Genlock without Maeve, you know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I have this set up currently. For, oh God. What is, hold on here. Let's take a look. Because I'm using a PlayStation controller instead of a Xbox controller, so I don't know what all my buttons are. I did not get a chance to check all this out before. So hold on. Let's go into our settings and then go into our shortcuts. Emulation. Fast forward. Is nothing on the gamepad. 9. What is 9? What is 9? I'll find out in a minute. Don't know. Yeah. It's got to be. Okay, it's that. That's a good point. But I mean, I do own the game. I own the game across, like. How many times do I own Fire Red? The answer is many. Do you want to get weird and go Charmander start? I know Bulba's the meta. So here's the thing: is I was thinking of just rolling it, to randomize it, since you know, unless something goes horribly wrong, Fire Red is basically going to be in the bag at this point. Well, let's go ahead and save the game really quick, and then I can give myself rare candies in PK Hex. Let's go ahead and shut down the emulation. But no, I'm feeling a little weird tonight. But I committed to doing this with all of you. Here we are. I'm ready to rock it. Maeve, I don't think I've talked to you since I saw the drama. I can't remember. Did I talk to you after I saw it? I was not expecting it. I was not expecting it at all. So you definitely had me on the twist for that. Okay, it was on Discord. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember. Yes. As soon as I started talking, I was like, I'm pretty sure we did talk about it. It was on Discord. I was not I was shocked. But where are the Pokemon tools that I require? Pokemon stuff. Do I not have them anymore? Do I need to download PK Hex? There's no way that I don't have PK Hex hanging around somewhere. I had to wipe a bunch of my external hard drives. Do I really not have PK Hex? No matches in your files. Okay. John, you are a dingle hopper. You know that, buddy? All right, hold on. There's the Pokemon stuff folder. No. Well, now I'm just embarrassed. that I had literally none of this ready. Pardon me. Ducks. Okay, hold on. Really, Sean? All right, PKX. Download this file. Means I don't have the randomizer either anymore. I'm a silly little boy. I'm a silly, silly fella. All right, here we go. Open you up. Go ahead and open you up. Extract. Let's just put this in our Pokemon folder. Where are we? Users. Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a gentleman. But maybe he won't find out what I know. You were the last good thing about this part of town. When I wake up. All right, here we go. PKX. So here's the thing. More info. Yes, run anyways. I'm aware. Download. I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to get weird with it or not. I think that I want to. So the rules that I kind of set forth. I was talking last week about it with Beck and some other people. I think what I want to do is a couple things. So when we win each game, we can put up to 2. Thanks for downloading. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, PK Hex, yes. Download it now. Really, Shawnee? Oh, I'm getting frustrated because I don't have Ruby anymore. I had to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, evidently, that I was not aware of. Ooh, boy, howdy. This is what happens when I go right from work to streaming. The way it's going to work is after we complete each game, we can put up to 2 of our Pokemon effectively into a bank. So that way, if we wipe, we do have something to mulligan with. I'm going to create a backup folder now, yes. So that way we can go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of a mulligan situation going on. That way we can reattempt the game we lose on just for the sake of the fact that this is a video series. I know that goes against a little bit of the general idea of the thing, but that'll really help us out. In Fire Red, I feel like the biggest thing that we are trying to do here is to capture and use Pokemon that we do want to avoid later on. The other kind of caveat I was adding to the run was if I catch a Pokemon, obviously it's a dupe for that game. If I don't use it at all, it's not a dupe anymore. So depending on our capture routes, I might be able to, for example, catch a Rattata on 1 or 2, but then not use it. That way we can use it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Just things like Morty and some of those other earlier fights are kind of trivialized by Eradicate. I mean, Morty especially. So even though Rat Power is 10 out of 10 in Kanto, if I can, cancel it, but then also save it, that might be something that we might want to think about. So yeah, so I don't know. I am willing for us to figure this out together as a family. Where are we here? All right, boom, Fire Red save. My gosh, okay. Items, rare candies. And I'm going to give myself no, I won't. Export save. Oh, ooh, that's a new feature. It just lets us, when we go to save, it asks like, hey, do you just want to save over this file? That's neat. All right, anyways. Let's try that again, huh? We got candies. Grab our potion just because, like, duh, we should. Exactly. I mean, you know, as excited as I am for Kalos, I do feel like trying to save up so early, so quickly. No, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot there. We'll see how far we get in the first place. All right, when I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. All right. So what my intention is here is I'm going to be putting up part one of Pokemon Z. So Act 1, the 100% like new and real Act 1 up either tomorrow or Monday. And then what I want to do is I want to break out these Genlock runs into videos. I know that in the past I've tried to do Genlocks as videos. They don't do super well. And then I've also tried to do them as streams. And once again, there's only 4 of us hanging out here right now. They don't do super well. You know, when I was playing Champions, we had, you know, if I'm playing Infinite Fusions or Champions, we're having, you know, 40, 50, 60. We got up to 100 people when the first night I played Champions. So I know that it's not super popular when I decide to do this. I am an adult. So I'm hoping that we can kind of feed into one another. So, but we'll see how that goes. You know, I got to change it up. I've been doing this for 3 years, basically almost only playing the same game over and over again. I want to explore new avenues of the Pokeverse. And I'm not good enough at competitive to make that Champions. Let's try this. All right, so I think that for our starter, I think what we should do is randomize it, not give us the choice. So I could either put it up as a poll. There's a, you know, half a dozen people in here right now. You know, we could vote on it, or I could just roll a D6, and you know, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So I'm thinking we're just gonna roll a D6. So roll D6. Bink. Come on, load. I got a natural 1, baby. Oh, I love Champions. It's the game that I play while I'm watching TV with my wife, which means I'm not good at it, which is Bulbasaur, and that's boring though. Bulbasaur is such a boring choice. Bulbasaur is so boring though. Plus, it means I won't get Meganium in silver or gold. I'll do a poll. There's not many of us, but we are mighty. Start a poll. Salad, turtle, and what's the crappy trainer who has Charmander's name? Pokemon anime original Charmander train. Damien. Live by the die, die by the die. Okay, well, it's looking like Turtle. That's Turtle or Diamond. Turtle. All right. All right, we'll do Turtle. Weirdo. Here we go. Wow, what an energetic Pokemon you have. Do you want to give Squirtle a nickname? I would love to give Squirtle a nickname. Oh yeah, 6'7". I don't even know what that means. I don't know what it means. I'm too old. I'm a 38-year-old man. Yeah, I mean, he is Leo. All right, Leo, welcome to the party, big guy. And oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Hold on, everybody. I gotta get my ducks in a row here. Oh yeah, it's because that hard drive's not plugged in. I've had to wipe stuff on my computer a few times. All right. Front sprites. There we go. Since I want to convert this into a video, I do need to have our friends here on the front screen. I mean, he is the leader of the squad. He's our first friend. What are we rocking here? A brave nature. Okay. I mean, that's going to be fine. Right? Brave is what? Wait, why is his attack so low if he's brave? What a bad attack IV he must have. What a terrible attack IV he must have. Alright, whatever. What do I know? I'm just here. So little damage. Alright, we're good. Not that I can think of offhand, maybe. Oh, I know, but it's also just a waste of his, there we go, there we go. Not that I can think of offhand. But I'll definitely think about it. Also, if Hero's hiding in the shadows, you know, he would have an idea, but I also would respect and understand that the Hero is definitely mad at me for my, my seasonal weariness, ruining his work twice. Did you make the change? I did not, Dylan. No, I'm just playing the base version of the game. We do a big man Blastoise. That's a great point, John. And it is also, it's also fine because, so I was always a Charmander kid growing up. You know, Pokemon Red was my first game. Obviously, like Dragon Cool, and I have many brothers, but the brother closest to me in age, you know, I had Pokemon Red, he had Pokemon Blue. So he always chose Squirtle, and I always chose Charmander. So like Squirtle was the Pokemon I used the least growing up. And I'm sure I've said this story before, but whatever. But you know, Eevee chose Bulbasaur, and my wife chose Charmander because of course my wife gets dibs before me. So that just means that I've like, for the last 4 years, I've been de facto Bulbasaur, Squirtle man rather. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. But like, just that's got to be like cathartic, and like when I used to try to make my very bad sprites, it's just it's very cathartic to like finish it, be like, I did the thing. Look at that thing I did. I did that. So yeah, no, anything I can do to help out with that, I'm definitely down. I'll look at it. But you know, life has been, it's been busy. I'm hoping that I can get back to at least Thursdays and Fridays. You know, my earlier and occasionally longer stream. I'm pretty confident I can get back to that most weeks. But you know, there's a lot more going on at work than there was the last couple of years. And I do need to, you know, watch shows, and honestly, just being honest with all you guys, you know, watching shows and playing games for myself a little bit, because I only did stuff for content for 3 years straight, and it was like I was burning myself out, and that's not fair to anybody. Come on, Pidgey, get in the ball! There we go. Let's go. All right. Alberto. All right. So now we got to hope we get a rat on Route 2. That way we can ensure hopefully getting a Mankey on 3, but I guess a Spearow would also be fine. But we'll get a Mankey or a Spearow, both of which is just dandy for us. There we go. So for anybody who is new to this, or if you're watching the VOD later on, duplicates obviously are going to be within the same game, but duplicates that I use in battle are cross game. So, you know, assuming that I use this Pidgey, that means that we can never use a Pidgey ever again. So, got converted as you got older. I mean, well, and the problem is, it's like, you know, Charmander Charmander's still my favorite starter, even though, you know, I've been assigned Squirtle by my family. But like if I, you know, and on like my, you know, Soap's Ultimate Kanto team, like Charizard's not there because Flareon's there. Flareon's my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I'm not having 2 fire Pokemon. What do I look like? Some kind of dingus? Let's buy some stuff here. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. Cool. Game auto assigned a bunch of palettes and got them where the first one. Oh, that's awesome. You know, I do want to have, I do want to play with it. Oh, my mother-in-law just texted me. What's going on? On our way. Okay, they get back so early. I don't know why they come back so early. All right, anyways. Tackle. Oof, okay. Well, that's just the same spot we were in a minute ago. Come on, get in the ball, rat. Let's go. All right, so we welcome Cheese to the squad. Cheese. Cheese. There is a strong chance that I will just use the rat, but just in case. Dopey. Boom. Put them there just in case. Pieces for the Mises. Abso-forkin-lutely. I do want to try a Shell Smash Mega Blastoise team. I do, because I've been using the same Meganium Dragonite team, and I've just been going up and down in Ultra Ball like 2 through 4, just constantly. So I do need to change it up. I do need to change my team. I need to get into something different. I just haven't yet, so I gotta do something about that. I mean, all my rats are top percentage. Especially when they have Runaway and Adamant, because, like, honestly, who wants a rat to be fast? Oh, no, Adamant's what I want, actually. That's minor special attack. Maisie get knocked out outside! Yeah, so I just, there we go, monkey. Crying. Fine, you can go outside, but I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you need to go outside. It's raining out. You're just going to be crying to come back in like 2 seconds. Scarf. Ooh, that's really fun, Dylan. Dylan, you out there just making all the crazy plays. Are you still in Master Ball, buddy? All right, hold on, Maisie. Hey, Maeve. Piggy. Ooh, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. All right, let me hold the dog out quick. Come on. What? You're not going to enjoy it, my dude. It's raining out. Go. Come on. I've been Tomodachi. Oh yeah, that's right. We did talk about that last time. I just all 14, baby. All Final Fantasy 14. Just me being the warrior light. You gonna catch up to Wolfie? Wolfie VGC over here. I think it's also on my team, because it's the same team I've been using. I'm trying so hard. Like, sometimes you just kind of have to do it, buddy. Like, get your... I'm not over here reinventing anything, you know? So, I should just like get on the train a little bit. Nice, dude. I am I'm just over maybe like 2/3 of the way through the story of the most recent Final Fantasy expansion. Final Fantasy 14 expansion, obviously. And I'm just like, the adventures of Hugh Humanman, the regular human man, have been going very well. Nice, dude. I was getting tired of I was like race swapping, like, I don't know, every 3 weeks, like trying something else, like, oh, like this doesn't look quite right, this doesn't look quite right. And then I literally Googled what the sliders were for, like, the guy in the trailer who is a pretty major character in some of the other expansions. He's like your you know, like your doppelganger from another dimension. And I was like, all right, you know what, what is Ardbur? I'm just gonna make the guy. Because if I'm the guy, then I can't possibly change, because this is what the guy looks like. This is what he's supposed to look like. This is just the guy that's the main character. You know, it's like playing Mass Effect and just being Shepard. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this, and I haven't changed it since. Can you get in the ball, Caterpie? There we go. All right, perfect. Hugh Human. I mean, his name is Tav Orin, because I always name my fantasy characters Tav ever since Baldur's Gate, because I'm terrible at coming up with names, and then Orin because of Orin in Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics is one of my favorite Final Fantasies of all time. So Tav Orin is my fella. What I want to name Flutter. But yeah, I'm just Commander Shepard. But I did give him like a kind of like an emo swoop instead of the generic, just like short brown hair. So he is like 2% unique. Hell yeah, dude! You know, there's actually a raid. I didn't know this when I named him Tav Orin. In the 3rd expansion, there's an entire raid series that's Final Fantasy Tactics, and there's just so many, you know, Rams is giving you the quest, and you're going like through the raids with him. And you know, people still do older raids and stuff for like you know, outfits and whatnot. So it was really cool to run through all those and be like, I know that. Oh, come on. Come on. This is why I'm gonna let you outside. It's raining. Go lay down. Oh. You funny. Oh, nice, dude. I mean, that's, yeah. But no, well, me replaying the remake of Final Fantasy Tactics is what made me want to play 14. And now, when I eventually catch up to the story, I want to go replay all the Pixel remasters, because there's so many references and names and things like that they just take from all the other Final Fantasy games, and it's just like, I don't remember all of these, and you know, some of the older games I never beat. Like, I want to go back and dive into this this whole thing. What's going on, Beck? Yeah, the world, I do, yeah, I'm with you on that. But it's also, I never had a PSP, so like, I had War of the Lions on my PS3, but I never beat it. The only one I ever like really played was the original PS1 one. So I didn't really notice a lot of the quality of life stuff that was missing. You know? I know there's different, you know, some extra jobs and stuff like that, but it never really mattered to me. All right, well, let's go through here. Beck, I will answer your question in a moment. Hold up. Mankey, Route 2 is Rattata, Viridian Forest is P. All right, cool. Ah, gotcha. So let's start Genlock. As far as dupes and whatnot are gonna go, if we actually, you know, we catch a Pokemon, then you know, then we caught that Pokemon. And it's a dupe for that game. If we use that Pokemon in a battle, then it is going to go ahead and be considered a dupe for the entire run. Even though I haven't used Cheese or Piggy in a battle yet, I did give them candies because I wasn't paying attention. So they are officially, you know, out. They're officially out of the game, which is fine. I'll just use a Sentret for Morty when we get to Johto. Is it 12 or 14 in this game? 14. Okay. Kind of like what we talked about last week or the week before. The way we're going to do it is we are going to put up to two Pokemon aside at the end of every game to be like our mulligan box. So when we wipe, we need to take a minimum of 2 Pokemon, assuming there's 2 Pokemon left, to reattempt that game. When we run out of our kind of bank Pokemon, then the run is done. So hopefully we can get through these 9 games before we completely run out of retries. So that's the dealio. So we're gonna hang out here for a couple hours. We're gonna play this wonderful game. Dylan, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to like do some serious thinking. Like, I've been watching Wolfie's videos every day, but it's like, well, I don't just want to copy one of these teams. And also, he's like not making good teams on purpose. He's just kind of messing around to see what works and what doesn't work. And obviously, he, you know, just like when I'm Nuzlocking, I feel like I am not always good at finding when it's appropriate to kind of like push an advantage or when to defend, and plus he's Wolfie. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I love the Vita. So I didn't get a Vita until it was dead, basically. But yeah, I got a Vita so that way I could play Persona. And then yeah, I downloaded a bunch of PSP games because I didn't have a PSP. But yeah, I just wanted to play Persona 4 Golden, so that's why I got a Vita. Well, you know, same problem that the what's it called had, that the Dreamcast had. You know, it was a console that had a LAN port in it, in a time where, you know, before the PS2 came out. Like, it's just like it could have been so much more. Yeah, I bought a Vita 8 years ago. 9? No, hold on. Probably like 10 years ago, I bought a Vita. It was a while ago. 10 years sounds good. Yeah, so same idea. Okay, hold on here. All right, so we do that, and then this, and then we are done. Cool. We beat Liam. And now let's beat Brock. See what Brock and his rock hard boy. Do your best. Brock sends in Geodude. Go. Actually, another funny Pokemon thing is we've watched the first 2 Pokemon movies with my daughter. We are constantly playing pretend with Pokemon. She loves. I'm pretending to be Ash. She's pretending to be somebody else. She's got her stuffies. We're doing the thing, but she never wants to watch the anime. She only wants to watch the movies, which with no context is just like, all right, cool. She watched the Mewtwo movie. We have to gloss over the first, 10 minutes of it where Mewtwo murders like everybody. But then we watch the second one, and Terry's there instead of Brock. She's mad. Where's Brock? Why is Brock not here? And I was like, oh, he's with Professor Ivy. And my wife's like, who's Professor Ivy? I was like, Brock fell in love with Professor Ivy. He's out there with her doing her thing. When you see her, you'll know. And then you see Professor Ivy, and my wife's like, I don't like her. I don't like her eyes. Why does she look like she doesn't care? I'm like, well, that's why Brock likes her. But yeah. Now it's like, is she gonna want to watch the Entei movie where is that where Entei is like a rich gentleman and also a dad or whatever? So we take Brockingham Palace. Well, I know, but it's like she has no frame of reference for any of this stuff. Because she's only watched up until... I think the last episode of the anime she watched was... with Bill. So she's only watched like a dozen episodes of the anime. Like, maybe? Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I loved it because it was the only DVD. So my parents' best friends when we were growing up had a DVD player before any, like they had a DVD player like before the before the PS2 came out, and that was the only DVD they had. So we watched the crap out of that movie, but it's bad. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. This rich guy wants to steal the legendary bird so that way Lugia comes out great. Doesn't, and then once the world starts ending, he disappears. Like, where is this guy? Where did he go? And there's just a lot of just like constant jokes about Misty being in love with Ash, which obviously, you know, ends up being a nothing burger. Well, but John, the funny thing is that at the very end of the movie, we see the rich guy again when all of his stuff is destroyed, and he picks up the Mew card that was the promotional Mew card from the first movie, and that began his collection and obsession with collecting things. And I thought that was just so funny. Yeah, the Talking Slow King is also weird. But yeah, no, a lot of decisions were made. It was definitely less good than the first one. But also because I didn't want to watch the weird CG remake of the first one that came out, you know, in the last decade or whatever, I did have to I had to pay to rent the 1999 Pokemon, the first movie, which kind of did bum me out a little bit. That I have access to nearly every streaming service in my country, but I had to pay $4 to Amazon to watch it. Yeah, there's a remake one that's on Netflix. It's like a CG one. But it's like it's not like it's like weird CG. Like it's not like they changed the proportions, so it's not in the same. At least from the clips I've seen, it's like it's not like a 1-to-1, like the kind of like stubbiness and stockiness it's in like the original run of the animation isn't there. It's like they're replaced by like these weird like Blender models. Oh, Spearow, let's go. Great Kanto bird here. Let's see if I can just put it in a ball. Okay. Yeah, what's going on, Delphix? But yeah, no, basically that. All right, let's get. But yeah, so I had to pay, you know, $4 or $5, whatever it was, to either Amazon or to YouTube to rent it. Let's go with Burb. And honestly, Burb is gonna replace. I forgot I poisoned it. Burb is definitely gonna be replacing Birdo. When we get the chance. Oh yeah, I gotta catch something. Oh no, I already caught something. It was Spearow, you silly belly. It could have been Nita and Mail. Oh my god, Ollie, thank you so much. Dude. Thank you. That's so awesome. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you so much. Whether it's Ali or Ali, either way, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. All right, so let me think here. I should have bought more balls. I only got 3. I should be fine. What if I go the distance with a Spearow? I can go the distance. Hey, Clear, what's up, buddy? Yes, I am trying to get back to our normal Thursday, Friday. I'm pretty confident, other than the weeks where I'm working evenings. I'm pretty confident I can get back to it. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Burbling Furry attack. This is our first game, just Gen 3. Exactly. Well, that's what I was thinking, Mabe. Is, you know, Dodrio is a better bird than Furo, but it does evolve later. Ooh, Geodude. Hell yeah. Geodude is a wicked encounter here. Absolutely. Our team is coming together, guys and gals. All right. I can't fork it up. He doesn't have a rock move, obviously. Hey, Phil, what's up, buddy? Yes. Oh, yeah. We are starting from the beginning. Because I haven't done... So, oh, jeepers creepers. So, the... For the fact that we have some more folks in here than we did, earlier. What I have been... let's go with Rocky. Or Rocket. Hey, all right, that's awesome. So what I'm trying to do here is not a whole heck of a lot of people generally watch the Genlocks, whether they are streamed or whether they are VODs. Just like in my experience of doing this over the last 3 years, it's not something that the people that watch them are passionate about watching them, but the people that don't watch them, most people don't watch them. Simple as that. So what I want to do is I want to stream them and then post them as videos. So hopefully we can kind of, get people who normally wouldn't watch the streams but do want to watch those types of videos on over here, etc. so on. So that's kind of my plan with this. Plus, since I have been a lot busier at work, if I can take my streams and make those videos, that would be easier for me. To be completely honest. Normally I'm like a month or 2 ahead of the game in regards to videos, and I'm going like week to week right now. Like I'm like scrambling. So, That's awesome, Delphix. Yeah, so the part 1 of that is coming out either tomorrow or Monday. And assuming that part 1 video does well, then the next video that comes out will be me playing Act 2 and Act 3. So yeah, that's that. And then this will come out after that, theoretically. So, okay. Let's take Mankey out for now. Actually, you know what? No. I'll take Birdo out. Pidgey served their purpose of I didn't need to use it, but I did, and that was just my bad. But no, Rocket should be, assuming that I don't get a Nidoran in the Safari Zone, Rocket is going all the way to the end. Although I guess I don't really need it for Misty. I can probably actually not put it in right now, which would make more sense now that I'm doing this. Hey, all right, Zelfix. Sounds good, Ben. Let me do that, actually. Let me save you for after Misty. There we go. That's better. That makes more sense. All right. Which Wordle? Ah, nah. Burn up. Ooh, karate chop. Oh yeah, I mean Golem is a 10 out of 10 Pokemon. Fan. Grab Thief quick, just in case. Hey, we're Team Rocket. We're a bunch of thugs. We like doing all sorts of bad stuff, if you catch what I'm saying. Three worst Pokemon types go. Three worst Pokemon types? I mean, statistically, the answer is Bug. Bug's the worst type. From a base stat total perspective, Ice is bad. And then, yeah, either Poison or Rock. Poison's gotten better since the introduction of Fairy because it checks that, and Fairy is such a strong type. And then Rock is obviously, you know, Rock Hard Boys are great, but they do have a lot of weaknesses. Hope we get an Oddish after the Nugget. I mean, that'd be great to get an Oddish after the Nugget. It did not go up. I forgot to go up! Karate chop. Why am I mean, like, it's fine because, you know, I can soak up some XP with Piggy. But, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many Geodudes. I mean, in this game, the answer is Bug, Poison, and Ice. You know, in early gens where Psychic kind of reigned supreme up there with Dragon, then Poison is very bad. You know, so many legendaries and strong staple Pokemon end up being Psychic. So, you know, that really puts a damper on Poison. And so many Poison Pokemon are also Grass Pokemon. And Grass Pokemon are not always the best either, outside of your starter. Crobat, best boy. I mean, I love Crobat, but, you know, that doesn't make Poison better as a general type. That's good here. I should have been paying attention. Oh, no. You're right. Now, Psychic is just like, you know, kind of whatever. But, you know, in Gen 1 and Gen 2, especially Gen 1, Psychic is king. These fossils are mine! Yay, man! You'll get hard, Grimy. I mean, on the off chance that I actually have to use it, I always take Lord Helix. Because it's actually good. Because water is special. So the thing is, all right, look. Aerodactyl's very good. You know, Aerodactyl, Lapras, Snorlax. I'm always afraid to take those in a Genlock because I feel like I'm being cheap. But I guess it's also like I want to win, huh? Yeah, they're very bad in a Genlock. I mean, I'm not going to revive it, but I will grab Lord Helix. Maybe I'll get Aerodactyl. I did not get the Magikarp, Dylan. I always wait until our red Gyarados. before I wait for the physical special split on Magikarp, because I don't need it. Because even if Leo goes down, there are so many water Pokemon. Like I could have, I could use Vaporeon, I could use Omastar, I could use I mean even freaking Kingler. But I have Golduck, I have Lapras. There's a whole bunch of water Pokemon that I can use. So I wait until Gen 4 where I can get Dragon Dance and Physical Ice Fang. And I'm going to grab an Ekans just to get it off of the board. I will probably not use it, but There we go. That's better. Yeah, Ronnie Chop. And my last ball. Oh. Oh, I know. Well, yeah, because you get I mean, so it's just because Kingdra doesn't exist. If Kingdra existed, so like I love Seadra. Seadra was always one of my favorite water Pokemon as a kid, but it just was never. It's just not good. But yeah, having Starmie and Slowbro is just like bonkers. And also the fact that they're both water psychic. Like you couldn't have divvied those up at all. All right, the level cap is 21. We're gonna level up a little bit here. Get it ready like 18. Oh yeah, especially in the old games. All vibes. Gives a lot more respect after them. Starmie's busted in this game. I mean, oh shit, I didn't mean to get him the 21. And I'm saying this as somebody who loves Ninetales, with the exception of Growlithe. All of the leaf green / blue exclusives are better. All right, we're good. TMK, Rock Tomb. Charizard's on the title screen. That's an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Charizard is on the title screen. All right, do this. Piggy out. Oh, I think my daughter's home. There we go. I do love, yeah. Venusaur is just like in another world. Also, the way that Nidoqueen shakes herself about, she knows what she's doing. They know what they were doing. Yeah, I just heard my little beanbag come in. I want to say hello. Crit super effective later Pidgeotto. Leading into Bulbasaur. Which means we can send in the Burb. We resist that Vine Whip and then go for a pack, bringing it down low. And I get put to sleep. And then we have Birdo. Come on in. And then that's fine. And then Gust. And we can take it out. Oh, and this regular, ordinary Abra, like some kind of dingle hopper. Like, who the heck are you, dog? We get rid of you. And then we got Rattata. Going for that quick attack, we do about 50%. And then another one, and it is Dunyan Rings. Hold on, I'm going to go say hi to my little buddy. I'll be back in just a minute. Everybody, hang tight. Boom. Here we go. We are back and at it again. Yeah, Rodeo, you started at a great time because I was saying hello to my daughter. She just got home. Let's do that. And let's change you to Firo here. Boom. And skaboom. Kablam. All right, great. So it's a bug catcher first. So, oh yeah, I'm still sleeping, huh? This is a problem I always end up having is I'm not paying attention to the nuggies. All right, let's blaze through these really quick. And just take care of that. And then we can take care of Misty and then move on with the rest of our... All right. Metapod is going to go down to a Gust. Got that. And then Kakuna comes in last, who we can take down right away. And we defeat the Bug Boy, which leads into the serious last alley. Take that down quick. And then down we go. So here's the thing. Do we... I guess I don't have to use it, is really what it is. So if I catch a Pokemon on 23 and 24. I don't necessarily have to use them, so then therefore like they can just be dupes for this game. So I guess it's fine. There's no harm in me doing this. Because I do need to yes, sir. So yeah, so the way that we're going to be doing it is so Genlock, you know, your surviving champion team members go on to the next game, your perks, etc., so on. The way that I'm going to be doing it, get ready to tackle. The way that I'm going to be doing it is just for the sake of it being a stream series, and then, you know, theoretically a video series as well, is when we beat each game, we can take up to 2 of our Pokemon and put them like into a bank. So that way, if we wipe, instead of having to just start all over from the beginning again, you know, we can retry the game that we are currently on with, you know, some of those leftover Pokemon, as it were. So we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, that was kind of what we all landed on when we were talking about this last week on stream. So that's how I'm going to try to go about it. If you capture a Pokemon, obviously, you know, for the rest of that game, it's a dupe. But if I don't use that Pokemon at all, like some kind of Pokebank, if someone, but yeah, so that's the general plan. Metal Gear. Wait, hold on, it's more like Pokebang. Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard of something like that before. Congratulations, you won this nugget. My name is Team Ted Rocket. Join my squad. What Pokemon should Bill turn into for Ethereal Red? Ooh, that's a good question, Mabe. All right, hold on here. No, because that's to be an Etherean Pokemon back. I guess it doesn't have to be an Etherean Pokemon, but it should be an Etherean Pokemon. So I was actually thinking of turning into a Phaedron. Hold on here. Let's see. So I was trying to think of something that was either so like Familiper could be funny, but I feel like a bipedal Pokemon or something that doesn't walk at all might be funnier. But making him Gelixir does lean into the goo joke that I always make. And plus a little, it'd be so cute. Yeah, no, you know what? Gelixir. Just, yes, goop maxing. That's gross. The world's a gross place. All right, so let's see what we get on 23. And it's Kakuna! All right, that's fine. Did I not buy more balls? I did. Okay, I couldn't remember. Get hard, little Kakuna girl. The ooze is back. Kakuna, Rattata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. I had a singular Kona longboard in my fridge. Well, two. I drank the other one. 2 Kona longboards in my fridge. So here we go. My, one of my college roommates just got back from Japan. I'm very jealous. Cheers indeed. What's funny, so like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the store that I go to or what, but like, you know, I live in New England, so we have well, I live in Massachusetts on the Rhode Island border specifically. I'm from Rhode Island. So Narragansett is like our de facto cheap regional beer. So like Gansett Paps. Those are like the, you know, the tall boy cheap boy, the tall boy cheapie, you know. But for whatever reason, the store that's near my house has Kona, has a 4-pack of tall boys for Kona for $6, which is just like, I don't know why it's so cheap. I like Kona. Kona's good. I like Kona longboard. Anyways, Hork. Are you seriously in like North or South Kingston, you mean? Like in Rhode Island? I'm from Cumberland. I live in Seekonk. Now. East Coasters. Yeah, well, Beck, you're from Florida, right? The dad juice returns. Internet too small. Yeah, I know, right? Hold on a sec. You tell me this highly regionalized part of the entire country's got a source of Pokemon stuff going on? Or Artish? I'll take Oddish, is fine. Why did I think you were from Florida? I went to the zoo there once. Literally like the week before COVID. My wife and I went to Disneyland. And then her roommate in college lives in a San Diego suburb now. We went down there and spent a couple days with them. I know, seriously. Don't you dare say that. They're only the same because of Disney. They both have parks. But they are both... Well, parts of them are... All of Florida's hot. Half of California's hot. But no, it was forever ago. Well, and then I did go back to Disneyland, you know, right before I started. Literally after I posted my first video on this channel, we went to Disneyland. But for tax reasons. I mean, not to get all grown up about it right now, but I am very interested. Like, you know, if they keep on eliminating every single tax that exists, then how is it the country? How are they going to pay for anything? But I understand what you're saying. They're lucky that Disney and Universal are there, paying for the entirety of the state. Because if they weren't, they would be, they'd still be a fucking swamp. And I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't dislike Florida. All right, here we go. Ooh, the pack. And boom, one more confusion, taking it down. Leading into the other one. And speaking of which, I gotta get to Epic Universe. we're, you know, our that's a little expensive right now, so we are obviously not planning our 3 Disney trips that we typically do a year this year, because everything is a little bonkers right now in the States. I know not everybody's in the States. The reasons for that, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Mabe. Look. Will it ruin my algorithm and the fact that I have a 95% male audience if I say what's on my mind? Maybe. Maybe. So I just won't say it. I mean, if Florida thinks they can keep on getting rid of taxes on everything, then I don't know how they're going to pay for anything. And then they'll just be like every other red state that gets all their money from blue state. But they're very lucky that they have the tourism business that they have, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have any money. But, you know, whatever. I love Orlando, baby. I mean, it's literally all tourist. If it was not for a madman who wanted to build, if it was not for a madman from California obsessed with trains, Florida would still be a fucking swamp. Because it's just all old, angry people. It's angry people. It's old, angry people are the ones who live there making all these decisions. And it's just like, what are you going to do when you guys aren't there anymore? Like, what's the state going to do when all these old, rich people aren't there anymore? I don't know. All right. Boom. Confusion. Oh, I love going to Florida. You know, I wish that, you know, I am even if everybody's a little rude up here, I am probably a little privileged to live in the Northeast. Ooh, which reminds me, Kingston guy. Hey, Rando, what's up, buddy? Ian, Kingston guy. My wife's been making me watch The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and I gotta say, they're making us all look bad. They're making everybody look bad, but it's apparently the highest rated and watched show on Bravo ever, which is fucking hilarious to me, because it's just a bunch of drunk ladies from Cranston yelling at each other. It's like the grimiest parts of Rhode Island, just all... Dude, it's just, they're all from Cranston. They're all Cranston. Every single one of them. Except for the lady who was on The Bachelorette. She's obviously not from Cranston. She moved here, and there's a lot of her just looking very surprised when all these, like, wicked towny Cranston ladies are just fucking laying into each other. They're just all Italian ladies from Johnston and Cranston, except for one, there's one Middle Eastern woman. I can't remember where she's from. But it's just like, you just need one stubborn Portuguese lady, and then you have there's all of Rhode Island in one go. Like, that's crazy, May, but I guess, like, yeah. But it's also like frame of reference, you know, like most of, you know, Western and Central Europe, like until you get, you know, if you go from whatever, if you go from Scotland to the west coast of the western border of Russia, that's, you know, that's smaller than the continental United States, you know. Yeah, it's a completely different situation going on there. Yeah, no, it's just all these ladies from Johnston and Cranston yelling at each other. And like whenever they flash like a random restaurant, It was like one of the women's husbands owned a. It's like, we're gonna go to Frankie's. His name's not Frank, but I'm just like, we're gonna go to Frankie's restaurants at pregame before we go watch polo down in Newport. And it's just like, it's the pizza place that like my family grew up going to. And I'm just like, what? This isn't the restaurant. Like, yes, it has a bar in it, but it's just a fucking pizza place. It's just crazy. Is wild. But yeah, no. The US, yes, is an unnatural scale. Even to a lot of Americans, Mabe. And I know you're an expat, so like obviously you know that, but like, you know, I know plenty of people that don't know where very specific they should definitely know where this thing or place is things. No, not burp! Ugh. Oh, yeah, no, my wife was obsessed with Mormon wives, too. No, it's just a bunch of drunk middle-aged northeastern women yelling at each other. And then, like, 3 young ones also yelling at each other. The whole thing fit in a closet. How big could it be? But it is also wild, the scale of the U.S. compared to each of the individual European countries. Like, some of these places are, you know, the size of a collection of states or smaller than some individual states, but like they can't like run their own stuff. It's like I know it's different because we all rely on one another, but it's still bonkers. I didn't want to fight you. Supersonic. But, you know, but it's crazy because Texas can't. Not that it can't. Texas does not run and exist on its own. But, you know, the UK, to a higher extent, can. Obviously, you know, European nations definitely count on their neighbors for resources and stuff, but in a different way than we do in the US, I feel like. Yeah, which, you know, I'm from in Rhode Island's teeny tiny. You can go up and down the whole thing in an hour. But yeah, no, Liechtenstein. Well, my parents are on a they're on a river cruise right now. And they got on the boat in Luxembourg, I think. And my mom was confused that Luxembourg was a country. And I'm just like, yeah, like not like it goes the opposite way too. Rhode Island is the Family Guy state, but with the exception of Peter's glorious accent, most of it is not how it is. Rhode Island is Massachusetts with a with worse drivers, and I'm saying that as somebody who spent the first 25 years of their life living in Rhode Island. What else is it known for? It's small, it's Family Guy, and that's it. Like, what else is it known for? You know, what, Roger Williams was not overtly horrible to the Native Americans? Like those are the only 3 things that you could possibly know Rhode Island for. Oh, Newport. I guess Newport Mansions. Newport Mansions is probably 3rd. People like Newport Mansions. Roger Williams was not as overtly racist as everyone else until, 100 years ago. And then there's Newport Mansions there. Flutter, I think. Oh, it's confusion. Boom, boom, boom. We got that. There we go. Yeah, you have Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft. You have a lot of horror stuff. The Conjuring is a Rhode Island thing. Yeah, so Rhode Island is known for horror. But do people know that? I guess is my question. Yeah, coffee milk's Rhode Island. So it's chocolate milk, but it's coffee syrup instead of, chocolate. And then Stuffies, which are breaded fried clams on the half shell with Portuguese sausage in the. It's just like you combine Portuguese sausage, clams, and like stuffing. And you put all that on a half shell of a clam or a scallop or whatever. True, but yeah, no. H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe are both Rhode Island. No, he was from Providence, or at least lived in Providence. Well, a stuffy is a both. Scallops. A clam cake is the exact same thing. That's a clam, but it's not on a shell. It's just in a fried ball. So if it's a fried ball, it's a clam cake. So I guess, yeah, it's also clams. If it's a stuffy is also a clam, probably. But scallops are also a big thing. Bacon wrapped scallops are also a big thing here. I mean, seafood, but that's also, Massachusetts and most of New England are known for seafood, so that's not really a stretch. I mean, I think, Connecticut and Vermont are the only New England states that are probably not, really seafood forward. Everybody else is very seafood. No, so that's a scallop potato, because it's a scallop potato because you're cutting it really thin. You're scalping the potato. A scallop is is like a little clam. Thank you, Mabe. Obviously, even though I literally used to make them when I worked in a kitchen, playing while talking is not always the easiest thing to do in the world. So I appreciate that. Yes, it is from a quahog, which is a giant clam. Rando leads off with Pidgeotto again. What are his levels? 19 to 20. So yeah, we're good. Which Pokemon do they taste the best? Oh yeah, well, and that's why, obviously I'm streaming, so it's still not the same. I'm wondering if I played in silence, if I stopped and I thought about what I wanted to do and like I did the proper thing, like how much better would I be at Nuzlocking? Seriously, like how much better would I be at that if I just like did it? And did my VO later, like, you know, everybody else that does these videos. I know I like, you know, it saves me time and I like to do my dumb little pretend, you know, I feel kind of like the shock value that I'm having is worth something. But if I just did it regular, how much better would I be at it? Hello there, rub my back, you silly Billy. Take this machine. Here. Nobody's going upstairs. Time to fight Rando on a boat. Well, I'm on a boat. Take a good hard look at the mother trucking boat. So Mamoswine is definitely a like wild boar. They don't have a trunk, so they're definitely giant pigs. Plus, if you look at Swinub and Piloswine and Mamoswine, they're giant like warthogs. You know, they're like pigs big enough to ride, but they're pigs. All right, so is there anybody else I'm swapping out here? I mean, Firo doesn't need to be here. On the off chance I need to swap somebody in, I'll put Mankey in here instead of Firo. I need to protect him. Really? All right, well, Radish is just kind of here. Oh, I haven't been updating my little side panels. Ugh. Ugh. Where, oh, where is... There it is. True. He don't need no move. Ugh. I don't want to do this. The worst thing. It's just like, wow, like why? Like, why? You know what I mean? Don't you dare screech me. With your 95% tackle. Get the heck out of here. Oh! ×4, baby. Later, rodeo. All right. No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's go. I really appreciate that, Maeve. Phil, if you're out of here later, if you were just saying goodbye, then hello. You know, I can't remember the cartoonist's name right now. After I beat Surge, I will look it up. But there's a guy who posts a new, like, 3-panel comic on Instagram every day, and he's like an adult man going on a Pokemon journey. And just like goes through all sorts of nonsense, and it's really, really, really funny. And the Surge one is just like, yeah, like he's reaching in, like looking to find the switches, and like, you know, it's just like literally digging through garbage. Or when he's fighting, he teaches his Zubat fly. So it's, you know, an adult ass man like hanging on like the little spindly legs of a Zubat. It's very, very funny. Hey Dash, what's up, man? I appreciate you, my guy. I'll be back on again tomorrow. I think that I'll probably only be playing for another hour or so tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do a since it's the weekend, I'll do a longer one. We'll be on for most of the night. Ugh, I meant to get rid of Tackle. But Flutter's probably out after this anyways. All right. Oh, no. That's fine. Hey kid, you won't survive long in combat. My name is the Third. Who's your guy? You not with that. Nobody can prevent me from making anything. I missed on a 9. Come on, man. What the later than 10? And a 5 crit. Let's go, Rocket. Okay. Here we are. Take you to an electric guy. Let me see if I can find this Pokemon guy. So I can talk about it. Following. Followed him very recently. I don't know if Instagram remembered the top. Start by default. Latest followed. There we go. COLMS Comics. So, Colmus Comics. Funny guy. Any tips for fighting a fairy-type gym leader? I mean, besides poison and steel? I need more context. You know, obviously you want to attack with poison and steel. Fire, you want to have a fire Pokemon to take the hits because they're going to resist them. But otherwise I need more additional information. All right, Cold Honor. Nice. All right. Route 3, I caught Spearow. Route 4, caught Gens. Mount Moon, I caught Geodude. Telon City, nothing. 24, I caught Kakuna. And 25, I caught Audit. Then Route 5, Route 6, Vermilion City, nothing. Route 11, nothing. Dickless Cave, nothing. So we're still holding on to a whole bunch of encounters that we can always go back to. For some reason, that reminded me of when you're talking about the Cold Iron with the fairies. That did remind me of Supernatural, which did also remind me of The Boys. And I need to watch this most recent season because I know that the Castiel and Sam were in it, and both did not make it because it is The Boys. So, of course, they didn't make it. They're gone now. But I do want to watch it. Yeah, I gotta get into it. They've been teasing the fact that the supernatural fellas. Yeah, of course. Everyone. It's the boys. Everyone dies except for Huey and Butcher and Homelander and all the other guys that are reporting. They definitely don't die. But no, but seriously, yeah, of course they die. Everyone dies. Yeah, exactly. It's Eric Kripke. I think Eric Kripke is his name? But yeah, exactly. Until Dean was joining the show, until Jensen Ackles was coming in on Soldier Boy on season 3, I didn't realize it was the same guy. But it's also funny seeing, like, you know, because obviously they wrote this season and shot it in 2024. So now we're here in 2026. And like whenever the next crazy thing happens, it's like, oh, like we were afraid to do X because we didn't know how the general public would react to it. But then this thing happened in real life and nobody seemed to care. So I guess I shouldn't have been so worried. And it's just like, that's worrisome. That makes it worrisome. I'm worried. But yeah, just very silly stuff. All right, let's get Mankey out of there. Yes. I mean, I know what happens in the comic, but maybe they'll change it, Phil. You never know. Or maybe that's what it is in the comic. Wink. But we'll see. Because they've already changed a lot compared to the comic. Like the fact that that it's a different noir and stuff is already not something that we deal with in the comic. No, it's just like, you know, getting reels and stuff like that and whatnot. Yeah. But it's just like, you know, it's supposed to be satire, and it's just like, okay, well, I guess this isn't satire. This is just like what's really happening right now. Yeah, they're very old. Like, they're very edgelordy. They're very of their time. Yeah, Black Noir was a Homelander clone, which was, yes, more evil than Homelander. But no, The Boys and Invincible. I need to get caught up on both of those because I'm constantly fed both of them for like reels and shorts and TikToks and stuff, and I haven't. I'm so far behind on both of them. Oh, you know, I need to go buy potions and stuff if I'm going to go through Rock Tunnel. Oh, that's good to know. I thought it was just like a weird, like when they introduced Ben Reilly and stuff. That makes sense in hindsight, but yeah, no. Maisie, why do you want to go outside, baby? Come on, Ariga. Here we go. Double drill. Double drill. Later. Ooh, also, other movie thing. Maeve, because you're in here, and anybody else who want to watch it. We took my daughter to see her third movie ever at the movie theaters, and I got this showcase Star Pass hat. Make sure you support your local theater. We saw Mario Galaxy, which not as good. I mean, it was fine, but it was very fun to just see like all of the all my friends. It was a lot of fun to see just like all the references. And I know that I love I like Glenn Powell. I love Chad Radwell. But, like, I like him even more after this. The movie's kind of whatever. The movie is just, like, a bunch of stuff happening. But I did enjoy the references. But it's also like, you know, my 4-year-old daughter, like kids are the primary audience for this. And like, you know, it shows like Mr. Game & Watch and Rob and all these other general Nintendo and Smash references that like 8-year-old, you know, people under the age of like 10 probably don't know what the heck that stuff is. Like I enjoyed watching it, but it's not a good movie. Basically, yeah. I like what I will say though is I liked Glenn Powell as Fox. I like that we got a 30-second explanation as to why Fox McCloud's in the Mario universe, and then we just moved on. Because so much stuff nowadays is, and I'm guilty of wanting to know this additional information. So many things nowadays are like very, very lore focused. And this is why the thing is, and needing to have, you know, an entire episode or an entire season of television or, you know, a good chunk of a movie explaining why this thing is the way it is, even though it shouldn't necessarily be this way. And it's just like, I was with my buddies and I went through a wormhole and now I'm here and I don't know what's going on. Also, my engineer's a frog. Wink, I'm Glenn Powell. And like, great, love it. That's all I needed. I didn't need anything else. I mean, that's entirely fair. Yeah, nobody's been excited about Star Fox since before Star Fox Adventures ruined everything we know about Star Fox. Even though I don't just like that game. But yeah, so it's just like the movie just moved. So yeah, it is a TikTok movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was, but definitely not good. You know, a solid 6. It was there, and I was happy that I watched it. All right, I'm gonna let my dog out. I will be back in a minute. And then I'm gonna let the dog out. I'm gonna go check on my daughter, and I'll be back in a sec. We'll get through Rock Tunnel. Oh yeah, literally, there's a point where I can't remember if it's the Lumas or if it's Toad, but someone does just scream, do a barrel roll, and then Fox does a barrel roll for like 40 seconds straight. It's like Family Guy levels of just doing the barrel roll, and everyone's like, yeah, we're doing the barrel roll. Anyways, I'll be right back. What's that mean? Go ahead. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Phil, I can't even imagine. Oh, snap. What happened? Am I still here? Am I here? Maybe? I am. Good. Okay. Dude, I can't even imagine what you're going through right now with Zoe. I'm really, really sorry. Chrome crashed. So it was like, you don't have a stream anymore. And I was like, oh no, but I should. I have like another half an hour. Okay. Let's do Fire Red Rock Tunnel map. And pull up this Reddit post that I pulled up a billion times that's just called Cool Rock Tunnel Guide, which I appreciate, whoever did Cool Rock Tunnel Guide. We're at the point in the game where we are trying to get as few encounters as possible. Call it your strange dreams. I'll try. I'll do my best. All right. But yeah, we'll go for like another 30 or 40 minutes until my wife gets home. You know, we'll have dinner together. And then I will be back tomorrow, probably around the same time. And then, but because it's Friday, my wife usually just wants to zone out after work on Friday. The dog wants to come in. I just sat down. Oh, man. Really? I'm asleep? How dare you? Hold on, Maze. Hold on, baby. My evasiveness has fallen. Our champion has fallen. Some good old Warcraft 3 for us right here. Oh my god. Super effective. I'm asleep again. Yes, my love. What? Yeah, what are you doing? Go. Ugh. My mother-in-law did. My daughter discovered. So Evie discovered stuffed crust pizza. I tried to make us our own stuffed crust pizza over the weekend. It did not go so well. I did not. I should have cut the cheese sticks in half before I installed them into the crust, because really it just ended up just gooping everywhere. But so my mother-in-law bought her own stuffed crust pizza for dinner tonight, for when she was babysitting. And yeah, so I just have a whole ass Domino's stuffed crust pizza. I don't know where I am. Hold on. Okay, I know where I am now. So I have a whole Domino's stuffed crust pizza on my table. The goop is the best part, but it's not when it's just like it overtook the entirety of the pizza. So like the whole like you know, whatever skim mozzarella cheese stick or whatever the hell we had in the house just like gooped all over the pizza. So it was just like cheese and nothing else. It was very floppy and nasty. Hey, no worries, man. I will catch you next time. I'll be on tomorrow if you're here. I appreciate you popping in at all, dude. All right, there we go. All right. We're here. Boom. But yes, independent of stuffed crust pizzas, we are at the point in the game where unless we need a specific encounter, we are trying to avoid most encounters. Hey, man. Yeah, don't complain about that, dude. It's, yeah. I've had a lot more to do lately, but yeah, for most of my time having my current job, it's been a lot of just kind of like waiting. So, but I got most of my videos done. But yeah, no complaints on that. Here we go. Spider-Man, have it going. All right, cool. We got that. We're almost out of Rock Tunnel. With just the power of Leo and Burb. Come on! It's 29, right? For Erica in this game? Yeah. Which means I am there with Leo. The power of the Z's. Oh, shucks. I should have... beans. All right, you know, when I get Fly, I think we'll go back and grab a Meowth on 5. That way we can basically ensure we get a Growlithe on 6. Oh, not 6. 7 and 8, rather. 7 and 8, rather. So that way we can finish up our... We can get ourselves a Fire Tap. Although I think Meowth and Growlithe are the only Pokemon left for me to encounter on these 2 routes. So I guess I'm guaranteed to get one, but it's also if it roars me away. Let's put Flutter out front for Sleep Powder. I have to fight this guy, though. I'm a rambling, gambling dude. Here's my Growlithe. Speaking of which... Oh, you got yourself a bundle of boulders. My name is Rocky. Oh, yeah. I have to text my wife about the stuffed crust pizza. I did not realize when your mom said she brought home leftover pizza, there is an entire stuffed crust pizza. I want to be eating that stuffed crust pizza, by the way. I have my 2 dad juices. I'm drinking the dang stuffed crust, but I'm drinking the stuffed crust pizza. I want to put it in the blender and I want to... Anyways. This is why we watch me... as opposed to other YouTubers who are more successful and handsome and sillier than me. Sleep powder on the Growly. All right, let's go for a confusion. And then chuck that ball. Chuck that ball. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. Let's get... the goop talk got you feeling a certain kind of way. Go with Rad. So Bongo's good, but I always am inclined to do a bluey character for my doggos. And Uncle Rad, I think, is perfect for this. Uncle Rad. Because if it's a girl, I like doing Chili or Bingo. So we'll do Rad. I guess more for Chili's dad. Although now, what's Eevee? Oh, I guess I can make a Jolteon with my Eevee. Yep. Oop, my little buddy's down here. Hi, little buddy. Do you need me to get your snack or anything? I love you, Pumpkin. I'll come say goodnight in a little bit. All right. Let's take care of Erica. And then I will probably call it for the night. Or maybe we'll do Daddy Geo as well. Let's buy 3 Dig TMs, 3 Brick Breaks, 3 Secret Powers. We will grab a Thunderstone and a Firestone. Yeah, no, I know I said 30 or 40 minutes, but my mother-in-law did text me she needs some help with bedtime stuff. So let's get leveled up here, and I will turn in enough money to get coins for a flamethrower. That way we can evolve our Growlithe. Get Rad in there instead of Rocket. Just for now. Let's get everybody to 29. Well, 28 learning Gust. Keepers creepers, man. Movesets were wild. I mean, movesets sometimes still are wild. Like, for example, like I'm playing Pokemon Z now, and like, you know, there's a giving of a lot of older Pokemon or weaker Pokemon better movesets. Anyway, you can turn something like, you know, Grand Bull into like an absolute monster just by giving it some decent, some better moves. Or Arbok, just like, you know, like adjusting these Pokemon to make them less crappy. And having good egg moves doesn't necessarily help you out when you are doing a normal run. So, you know, adding them to their level up sets is essential. I do need to go grab block for Burb. Leo, I mean, I'm not using Leo anyways. That's fine. Cool. All right, let's do this. Let's go grab Fly. The not so rare candy. The regular, ordinary, everyday candy. For your regular, everyday, ordinary Pokemon. Brought to you by the Rare Candy Company. We're not so rare anymore. You aren't dealing with the average can anymore. Burb, and we will get rid of Furry Attack. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, this gym is great. It's full of women.
All right, buddy.
Maybe Daddy should get put in some kind of home because he's a big old pervy boob.
There's the guy. I know I said I would go get the flamethrower TM, but like, whatever, dog. I'm good. Chad Radwell here. Yeah. I will evolve you into Arcanine, though. That way, next time I come on, I'll just already have the TMs and stuff. He is an iconic character, and he was unceremoniously removed from Pokemon Infinite Fusion, the fan game, with opportunity.
It's me. Don't worry about me, boy. I'm gonna be your best friend.
Fly up high in the sky and go for a super effective fly.
There's nothing gentle about this, Firo. We're going all the way.
All right, there we go. Going for a fly. Coming down on the victory bell, doing an insane amount of damage as Erica uses a potion. Hyper potion is not hyper enough, though, so 2 more takes it down. No, I know. Yeah, I definitely need to put secret power on Burb. 1000% maybe. And with 1 more, we take down Vital Plume. All right, so I'm going to call it now, just so I can help out with bedtime and stuff. When I come on tomorrow, we will have TMs and adjusted teams and all that other fun stuff. And then we will tackle the second half of the game and hopefully finish this game tomorrow. That way next week we can focus on either Emerald or Heart Gold. But yeah, Burb's all over it. But all right, cool. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last couple of hours. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow for some more Pokemon fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, cool. All right, guys and gals, and everybody else out there, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Later.